In this tribute video, we honor 9 American legends who have passed away today and in recent days. Welcome back to Movie Newscast. These remarkable individuals made lasting contributions to their fields, and we sadly say goodbye to them. Our heartfelt condolences go out to their families and fans. As we remember their legacies, we invite you to show your support by giving this video a thumbs up if their lives or work have touched you in any way. Your gesture is a sign of respect and remembrance. Din Morgenstern, chronicler and friend of jazz, dies at 94. He wrote prolifically about the music and played an important role in documenting its history, especially in his many years with the Institute of Jazz Studies. Din Morgenstern, a revered jazz journalist, teacher and historian, and one of the last jazz scholars to have known the giants of jazz he wrote about as both a friend and a chronicler, died on Saturday in Manhattan. He was 94. His son Josh said his death in a hospital was caused by heart failure. Mr. Morgenstern was a jazz writer uniquely embraced by jazz musicians, a non-musician who captured their sounds in unpretentious prose, amplified with sweeping and encyclopedic historical context. He was known for his low-key manner and humility, but his accomplishments as a jazz scholar were larger than life. Mr. Morgenstern married Elsa Shachet in 1974. A brief earlier marriage had ended in divorce. They had 2 sons, Adam Oren, named for the trumpeter Oren Hot Lips Page, and Joshua Lewis, named for Louis Armstrong. All 3 survive him. Clemson star DeAndre Overton dead at 26. Shot and killed, police say. A former college football standout at Clemson, who helped them win 2 national championships, has died after an early morning shooting, cops say. The Guilford County Sheriff's Office released a statement minutes ago, saying officers responded to a call about a disturbance at around 2:30 a.m. in Greensboro, North Carolina Saturday. When they arrived at the scene, they say they found a shooting victim, identified as Overton. Officers administered medical aid, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. Clemson football's official X account posted several pictures of the star from his uni days, acknowledging his death and sending condolences to his friends and family. A number of his teammates posted tributes to their late pal too, including Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins, who shared a pic to his Instagram story. On the photo, featuring him and Overton sitting together, Higgins wrote, "Brotha, I miss you already, man. I love you 5 liters. I'm hurting bad 'bout this right now. Rest easy, big play." Death of singer Alfredo Garrido, author of songs for series such as Marco, La Bee Maya, and Mazinger Z. The singer Alfredo Garrido, also producer musical by Nino Bravo, Los Chicos, Cameron, and Paco de Lucia's, well as the author and voice of cartoon series such as Marco, Mazinger Z, and Maya the Bee, died this Saturday at the age of 91. The Madrid Tennis Federation, of which he was president of the Referees Commission, and the Alicante Football Club Hercules, for which he composed the anthem, were the ones who announced his death on social networks. Garrido, born in Bilbao in February 1933, released 5 albums as a singer in the 1960s and worked from the 1970s as a music producer for the Philips Record Company, for which discovered artists like Greta and Garbone composed the lyrics. Additionally, he was the lyricist for a 1982 World Cup song for Placido Domingo. The artist has also adapted songs from children's series into Spanish or composed songs, and gave voice to characters, including Pippi Longstocking, Vicky the Viking, Rai la Petite Cid, and Tarzan. In 2021, he was honored at an event organized by the General Society of Authors and Publishers, SGAE, in Madrid. Kelly Alexander Jr., who served in the NC House, has died at age 75. The Charlotte Democrat announced in December that he would not seek re-election to his District 107 seat, which includes a large portion of North Charlotte. Kelly Alexander Jr., who served 8 terms in the North Carolina House of Representatives, died Friday, his family announced in a statement. He was 75 years old. The family did not disclose a cause of death. This loss has come as a shock to us, and we kindly ask the public for privacy as we process this and plan to celebrate his life in the coming days, the family said in the statement, which was sent to media organizations. Kelly Miller Alexander Jr. was born October 17, 1948, in Charlotte. His father, Kelly Alexander Sr., was a noted civil rights leader who held leadership roles in the NAACP. His son would follow in his father's footsteps, serving as president of the North Carolina State Conference of the NAACP and spending 12 years on the national organization's board of directors. Kelly Alexander Jr. attended West Charlotte High School and the University of North Carolina Chapel Hill. He returned to Charlotte after college to manage the family business. Before going into politics, he taught classes at Central Piedmont, Johnson C. Smith University, Queen's University of Charlotte, and UNC Charlotte, according to several online biographies. James Holcroft, actor in Como Dice El Dicho, found dead at 26. The Mexican entertainment industry has been left in shock and sorrow with the confirmation of James Holcroft's tragic death. The 26-year-old actor, who had been reported missing since September 3, was found dead after several days of intense searching. Holcroft, best known for his work in the popular television show Como Dice El Dicho, and as a student at Televisa's Centro de Educación Artística, CEA, had a promising career ahead. Holcroft's disappearance was first made public by his sister, Jane Holcroft, who took to social media to express her concerns. Jane revealed that James had last been seen near his home in the Tizapin, San Angel neighborhood, close to the Televisa studios where he studied and worked. In a heartfelt plea, she urged friends, colleagues, and the public to help locate him. The actor's disappearance quickly gained widespread attention, with members of the artistic community rallying to share the message and raise awareness. Grief poured in from both fans and colleagues. His co-stars and fellow CEA students took to social media to share their sorrow and memories of the young actor. Many spoke of Holcroft's dedication to his craft and his charisma on set, while fans remembered him for the warmth and energy he brought to his roles. As the investigation into his death continues, the Holcroft family has asked for privacy to grieve this monumental loss. Jane Holcroft, in an emotional follow-up post, thanked everyone for their support during the search for James, but requested that people now stop sharing the missing person information as the family tries to come to terms with their heartbreak. Former Fenerbahce player İlkin Karaman dies in tragic accident. İlkin Karaman tragically died after being struck by a vehicle driven by an allegedly drunk driver in Dhaka, Turkey. Karaman, 34, was standing on the pavement while waiting for a friend who was getting gas. A vehicle, driven by someone who was allegedly drunk, lost control and mounted the pavement, striking Karaman and causing his death. Born in 1990, Karaman had a successful basketball career, playing for prominent Turkish teams such as Tofaş, Fenerbahçe, Fenerbahçe, and Beşiktaş. He won the Turkish Cup in 2013 and the Turkish League in 2014 with Fenerbahçe. During the 2012-13 EuroLeague season, Karaman appeared in 22 games, averaging 4.4 points and 2.5 rebounds per game. The power forward was a regular member of the Turkish youth national team and also played for the senior Turkish national team in the FIBA Eurobasket 2013 qualifiers, where he recorded 10.5 points and 5.8 rebounds over 8 matches. The Brooklyn Nets selected Karaman with the 57th pick in the 2012 NBA draft, but he never played in an official NBA game. James Matthews, the rebel writer who was South Africa's voice of resistance. World-renowned South African poet James Matthews has died at 95. His was the last great voice of an era of writers who worked against South Africa's repressive and racist system of apartheid, which resulted in him being relentlessly harassed, detained by police, and his work banned. Schooled in District 6, an area of Cape Town where black people were forcibly removed to make way for white development, he was most famous for his poems. But he was also a journalist, cultural worker, short story writer, novelist, proponent of the Black consciousness movement, and a one-man cultural institution who never stopped speaking truth to power, even after the country's first democratic elections in 1994. Hein Willems is an esteemed literature scholar who was a friend of Matthews and who wrote a book on him. He explains why the death of this remarkable man is such a great loss. Culturally, his death represents the end of an era. James has been a literary and cultural institution in Cape Town, an icon. There is even a mural commemorating his presence in one of the main thoroughfares in the city. In South African literature, he is part of a generation of pioneering Black writers who truly established a tradition of resistance writing in the 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s. His works were among the first to be banned by the apartheid government, and he was an important voice of dissidents during a very difficult time in the country. Internationally, he has been recognized as a person of extraordinary courage and honored for his consistent commitment to the values of justice and humanity. Italian footballer Cesare Poli passed away shortly before 8 p.m. on Friday, 8 months after the departure of his friend and legendary striker Gigi Riva. "You only score so many goals because I don't mark you," was one of Cese's, a nickname given to him by Riva, known as Thunderclap, and Beppe Tomasini, most popular jokes. He was our 12th starter. His ability to cover multiple roles made him indispensable. "He was a friend to everyone and physically strong," said the Cavalieri and Italian national team star in the documentary Nel Nostro Cielo on Rombo di Tuono by Riccardo Milani. Originally from Breganz in the province of Vicenza, Poli joined Cavalieri in 1969 from Inter Milan. The brilliant deal by Cavalieri vice president Andrea Errica saw Bonensegna go to Inter, while Poli, Dominghini, and Gori arrived in Sardinia. Poli played for Cavalieri in 2 stints, from 1969 to 1971, and from 1973 to 1975, following a brief period at Vicenza. Born in 1945, Poli had a background in athletics before turning to football. As a right-footed fullback, he wasn't in the best health in recent years. The death of his wife Grazia deeply wounded him. He felt alone, recalls Sandro Camba, a close friend of the former Cavalieri players from the Scudetto-winning team. Poli also took Riva's death hard. They were very close, and from his assisted living home in Fredidoro, along the coast toward Villa Simius, he tearfully informed his lifelong friends of his farewell to the unforgettable left-footed striker. "He was a quiet man, always available. We taught him to joke because he was a bit reserved," commented Beppe Tomasini, captain of the Scudetto-winning team, his voice full of emotion. "Yes, he was approachable and had an excellent memory." Luxembourg painter Max Dauphin passes away at 47. Luxembourg painter Max Dauphin has tragically passed away at the age of 47 following an accident, as confirmed by his family. The art community is mourning the loss of Max Dauphin, a prominent Luxembourg painter who has died at 47 in an accident, according to his family. Dauphin, who spent many years working internationally before returning to Luxembourg, was a notable member of the Baumhaus Art Collective. He frequently participated in Luxembourg Art Week, an annual event that showcases numerous art galleries and artist collectives. The artist is survived by his wife and 2 children. RTL extends its deepest condolences to his family. Hollywood icon Demi Moore, 61, divulged how intense it was filming The Substance, which is a movie she stars in alongside famous actress Margaret Qualley. During a recent Lay Times interview about the new movie release, which is the film writer-director Coralie Fargett's gory follow-up to her 2017 debut movie Revenge, Demi revealed that she had come down with something during production. Described by the outlet as provocative and explicit, the substance tackles the theme of aging in Hollywood in a cleverly confrontational manner. When it was shown at the Cannes Film Festival, its satirical sense of humor shifted what Emily called a somewhat snoozy event. The substance is due to hit theaters on September 20, and now, a year after they wrapped filming in Paris, France, Demi recounted how her health suddenly took a turn for the worst during a four-way conversation at the Corinthia Hotel. To give you an idea of the intensity, my first week that I actually had off, where it was just Margaret working, I got shingles, disclosed the striptease star. Jumping in with her own recollection, Margaret divulged, "Oh yeah, I had crazy acne for a full sick time." Following Margaret's revelation, Demi added that on top of getting shingles, she lost around 20 pounds while filming. After both the actresses shared what happened to them, Emily recalled how Coralie smiled and explained that the expression seemed to indicate she had no guilt about having put the stars through the ringer. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, shingles, which is also known as herpes zoster, is an illness where one develops a painful rash. The affected person's rash can be situated on either the right side of the body or the left and is often itchy or tingly. In serious cases, shingles can cause severe complications such as postherpetic neuralgia, PHN, which is a long-term nerve pain. The illness is often caused by the same virus that causes chickenpox, varicella zoster virus, VZV. The CDC reports that approximately 1 million people get shingles each year in the United States. Those at risk include people who have had chickenpox before. Other risk factors increasing the possibility of contraction include aging, medical conditions that weaken the immune system, and medications that keep the immune system from functioning properly. People often get vaccinated to prevent contracting the disease, and there are also an array of antiviral medications to cure shingles once contracted. Demi's revelation about her getting shingles is not the first time she has shared information about her health. In 2019, the G.I. Jane star sat down with actress Gwyneth Paltrow and author Arianna Huffington at the Goop Health Summit to discuss the lifestyle changes she had made after her health had taken a turn for the worse. In 2012, Demi collapsed at home and was hospitalized after the incident. She reportedly also entered rehab to treat addiction and an eating disorder. What she had gone through forced her to shift her priorities and refocus on her health and the relationships she had with the people in her life, which include her daughters, Rumer, Scout LaRue, and Tallulah Willis. Speaking about how improving herself affected her daughters, Demi shared, "I feel like the more that I work on myself, it's automatically imparted because that's how I'm living, and I don't have to work as hard to show them or teach them." Giving Rumer Willis, Scout, and Tallulah credit, Demi boasted that she gets more inspiration and insights from them than what she had to share with Gwyneth and Arianna at the time. Other details discussed during Demi's conversation included the importance of putting one's phone down to connect deeply with the people they love. Demi Moore was seen connecting with her daughter Scout while the two were at the Dior Homme Menswear Spring/Summer 2025 show during Paris Fashion Week in June. While the mother and daughter certainly made a striking pair with their stylish outfits, it was Demi's physique that prompted a flurry of concerning comments. Demi shared 5 photos and a video on Instagram, capturing her arrival at the event with her dog in her arms. In the video, her daughter, Scout, and stylist and judge on Canada's Drag Race, Brad Goreski, walked behind her. The Hollywood star put a playful spin on suiting up, wearing an oversized blazer and matching loose shorts, which highlighted her slender legs. She completed the look with a light gray shirt featuring large collars and a pair of white gladiator-styled sandals. Demi finished her look with dark sunglasses and posed for pictures with Scout, who looked equally stylish. Scout donned an oversized button-down shirt in purple and gray print and a sleeveless jacket in dusty eggplant. She paired this with black loafers and white socks. At the event, Demi sat next to actor Michael Ward, who wowed in a yellow jacket, a light gray sweater, pants, and brown shoes. The duo posed for the camera with Michael sitting relaxed and Demi crossing her legs. Scout also shared the spotlight with actor Thomas Doherty. Thomas impressed guests with his striped blue shirt that was knotted at the center. He completed his look with a dark gray suit jacket and trousers. However, her look sparked a flurry of reactions online. On the concern side, one person commented, "She's not looking good so thin." Another echoed a similar sentiment and focused on her legs. They expressed, "My God, her legs are so thin." Despite the mixed reactions, Demi continues to make bold fashion statements, showcasing her unique style and elegance. Her daring choices were evident last May at two major events, the Amfair Gala in Cannes and the Gucci Fashion Show in London. Today, we honor the lives and legacies of those who have left us. With gratitude and respect, we remember the profound impact they made and cherish the memories they left behind. May they find eternal peace, and may their contributions continue to guide us. We remember Dan Morgenstern, Deandra Overton, Alfredo Garrido, Kelly Alexander-Jur, James Holcroft, Sergio Mendes, Ilkin Karaman, James Matthews, Cesare Poli, and Max Dauphin. May they rest in peace, and may God bring comfort to their families.